Okay, so today I'm going to be covering metallic bonding. And this is a topic which is also covered in GCSEs, so it is quite straightforward, but it's always good to cover this again just so know you have a good understanding of this. So metallic bonding is a type of chemical bond that arises because of the electrostatic forces of attraction between cations and delocalized electrons. So here we can see that there are many cations, which are these red atoms, and around them they have electrons, as we know, because atoms have electrons moving around them in orbitals. And when these atoms come together, they form bonds or figurative bonds between the atoms because of the force of attraction between these electrons and the positively charged cations. So we can see that happening here. And if there are many cations coming together, they can form a lattice. And within this lattice, there are many, many electrons which are free flowing. And people like to call this a sea of freely flowing, moving electrons. And these can move around through the whole object a lot of the time, so the metal. And this gives metals some really good properties. So metals have a really high melting point, which is due to the really strong attractive force between the cations and the electrons. They are really good conductors of electricity because of this ability to have free-flowing electrons. These electrons can carry a charge through the metal, which is often why you will see metals being used for wires, for like electricity wires, which are often made out of copper. They are also really good conductors of heat because, again, of this ability of these free-flowing electrons to carry this heat and this energy through the metal, which is why you'll see a lot of pots and pans, well, basically all pots and pans being made out of metals. And copper, in particular, is a great conductor of heat and electricity, which is why you'll see copper pans being used in cooking as well. So these properties of metals being malleable and ductile also allow what I was just saying, for ductile being able to make it into a long wire to be used for electricity wires, and malleable, which just allows metals to be formed in different shapes and formations like tubes, pipes, and pots and pans, and things like that. So just a quick overview of what we've covered is that metallic bonds are a chemical bond which is the electrostatic force of attraction between cations. And just to recap, cations are positively charged ions, and delocalized electrons, which in turn gives metals great properties, which are melting point, good conductors of electricity, and good conductors of heat. That's all for this topic. It's quite a straightforward topic, and you shouldn't be spending too much time on this area because it's not covered too much in the exams either. Thanks for listening.